Dairy Queen, DQ. That's what I like about Texas. And at Cashman Field in Las Vegas, the Chicago Cubs take the field. They're the home team today. It'll be the Rangers as the home team tomorrow. We'll also have that broadcast right here on Fox Sports Southwest, also at 3 o'clock. Overcast, very cool. Temperature has been in the low 50s. And very, very windy. That is whipping in from right center field. So this, on occasion, can be a great home run park. Today does not figure to be one of those days. For the Rangers, they come in 3-9-1. They have won only one of their last 9 games. The Chicago Cubs are 6-8 so far in Cactus League play. And here is the Rangers starting lineup today, as brought to you by the City of Surprise. It'll be Elvis Andrus leading off, followed by Julio Bourbon in center, Josh Hamilton in left, Adrian Beltre batting cleanup and playing third, just ahead of right fielder Nelson Cruz. First baseman today is Mitch Moreland. Yorvi Torrealba catching and batting 7th. The DH is Joey Butler. And at second base, batting 9th, Matt Keita. And that lineup is drawn up by Ron Washington, the Rangers skipper, returning to the club after a very difficult week. He had to go back to New Orleans to attend the funeral of his brother-in-law, but he's back with the club here. Both starters today are brought to you by Dairy Queen. Derek Holland, as we said, about to make his 3rd spring start, as is Jeff Samardzija.
Yeah, the Rangers obviously aren't very familiar with Jeff Samardzija, but a lot of Rangers have watched him play not only on the baseball field, but also on the football field. He was a great wide receiver at Notre Dame. He was a 5th-round draft pick in 2006. The Cubs had to give him a lot of money for a 5th-round pick to buy him out of football. And last year was kind of a breakthrough year for him. He had an ERA under 3. He appeared in 75 ball games, had about a strikeout per inning, few too many walks. I think the Cubs feel that after last season, that should be a springboard into the development of Jeff Samardzija as a frontline pitcher.
Elvis Andrus swings. It's a high chopper to Junior Lake at shortstop for the first out. Probably have already noticed we do not at the moment have our center field camera, the one that peers in over the shoulder of the pitcher. We are working on that, and hopefully we'll have it online very soon. So, Julio Bourbon. Bourbon trying to regain his former status with the club, as he would love again to be the top choice in center field. Josh Hamilton has played a lot of center. Craig Gentry not so much lately, as he continues to nurse a sore left wrist. This one is popped up sky high on the right side of the infield, and taken by the second baseman Adrian Cardenas for out number 2.
Dave, you were talking about the wind a little bit earlier. It is blowing kind of from the right field corner in a little bit toward the left field corner. It's not going to help a left-hand hitter, but if a right-hand hitter gets one up in the air from the middle of left field toward the line, I think it'll have a pretty good effect on that. Pretty good day for the pitchers, at least the right-hand hitters, to keep the ball down.
Josh Hamilton going after the first pitch and fouling it back. Josh hampered a little bit this week by a jammed heel, suffered chasing down a double into the left field corner at Surprise. Spring numbers not that impressive, but what is, Tom, is the shape that Josh has reported in this year.
Yeah, and for a guy like Josh, you don't worry about spring numbers. Josh has talked about being comfortable at the plate, and that's something he's working on. And, you know, when you're a regular and a frontline player, you have the luxury of working on things, gearing up for opening day. If you're a younger player trying to make the team, you've got to perform. So you don't really have that luxury. But with Josh, you just want to make sure on April 6th that his timing is down. But he looks great, feels great. And it's just a matter of getting comfortable at the plate.
An impressive first inning by Jeff Samardzija as the Rangers are retired in order. Cubs coming to bat.
Spring training games are brought to you by Chevrolet, official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and proud to support baseball in communities across the country.
I think about the future every morning when I wake up. I care about my car because I think it's a cool car. I think it's stylish and it makes a statement at the same time. And I've never had a car like that. People don't totally understand how the Volt works. When the battery runs down, the gas engine operates. I don't ever worry about running out of battery power because it just switches over to my gas engine. I very rarely put gas in my Chevy Volt. I love the Chevy Volt and I've never loved a car.
Need any help?
Nope, just checking out my ad.
Nice. But, you know, with every door direct mail from the Postal Service, you'll find the customers that matter most, the ones in your neighborhood. Print it yourself or we'll help you find a local partner, and postage is under 15 cents.
I wish I would have known that, because I really don't think I chose the best location.
Well, that's not so bad. I mean, you got a deal, right?
Go online to reach every home, every address, every time with Every Door Direct Mail.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove. And prove it we did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
This is our biggest news yet. So no other gasoline protects your engine better.
Awkward.
With news this big, you don't have to shout.
Try new Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Lawn gnomes, bird baths, and the competition are officially on notice. Craftsman Turn-Tight Tractors, a best-in-class 6-inch turning radius, 50% tighter than any other tractor. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
Derek Holland on the mound as our starting pitcher, brought to you by Dairy Queen. His first 2 starts, he has a win, no losses, a .360 ERA. Here is the Cubs batting order, as brought to you by the City of Surprise. Reed Johnson leading off in right. Blake DeWitt is at third. The former Ranger Alfonso Soriano is in left batting third, ahead of the center fielder Joe Mather. First baseman is Brian LaHare. Wellington Castillo doing the catching. Junior Lake hitting 7th at short. Adrian Carn, this is at second, of the pitcher, Jeff Samardzija.
Now Derek Holland trying to pick up this year right where he left off last year. Last 3 months of the year, he was terrific. He won 10 out of his last 11 decisions. He pitched well in the postseason, especially his last start in the World Series. And you're seeing the maturing of a young pitcher. And he wants nothing more than just pick up right where he left off and continue to develop his pitches, his command. And he's definitely headed in the right direction.
Count even at a ball and a strike to Reed Johnson. Starting his second season of his second stint with the Chicago Cubs. And there's 1-1 pitch, threw it right by him at 94 miles an hour. Derek has a pretty high opponent batting average this spring. It's 300, but he has not walked a batter. This is the 23rd batter he's faced, and he takes care of Reed Johnson with another cut and a miss.
Yeah, nothing fancy right there. Just good fastballs. That one looked like it had good tailing action on it. Moved away from Johnson, probably swung at a pitch a little bit out of the strike zone. That angle definitely shows it was out of the strike zone. But the movement had something to do with that.
One gone. Here's the third baseman, and Blake DeWitt looks at ball one. DeWitt tearing it up this spring. With a .462 average. Chops this one foul. Went over from the Dodgers at the trade deadline in 2010. This is a team that has really had a makeover in the offseason. 16 new faces on the Cubs 40-man roster. This wasn't working last year. They finished 71 and 91. And DeWitt able to check. 2 balls and a strike. Derek now at 5 1/3 spring innings has struck out 6. And this one will be an easy play for Keita, who handles it for out number 2.
Yeah, both pitchers off to good starts. Smarja threw the ball well. Great fastball. Got Josh on a pretty good off-speed pitch. And Derek coming right at the first 2 hitters, a strikeout and a little jam shot, blooper to second base.
So with 2 outs, Alfonso Soriano batting 3rd, playing left field today. And Soriano having a sensational spring. He's hitting .450, 4 homers, and has driven in 6 runs. Holland cranking strike 1 right past him. Those 4 homers for Soriano tied for the Major League spring lead with Travis Snyder and Ryan Rayburn. Yet again, 0-2.
Late on the fastball. Derek just sitting back and firing strikes, throwing it hard, and so far the Cubs are having a tough time with that.
Holland's 0-2 pitch, broken bat, speared by a leaping Adrian Beltre. Nice first inning turned in by Derek Holland. We're scoreless headed to the 2nd.
This could be it. And the pitch. The Chicago Cubs have won the World Series.
MLB 12 to show. So real, it's unreal. Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation.
In the grip of muscle aches or arthritis pain? Break the grip with odor-free Aspercream. Powerful medicine clinically proven to relieve muscle and joint pain fast with no odor. So all you notice is relief. Aspercream. Break the grip of pain.
Dry, itchy skin you can't ignore needs a lotion that does more. Gold Bond Lotion's medicated itch fighters relieve itch on contact, plus intensive moisturizers provide lasting relief. Look for the healing seal, Gold Bond Medicated Lotion. Stop itching, start healing.
Hey there.
Hey, yourself. Brad needs car insurance, but Brad doesn't want to spend too much.
Who's Brad?
This is Brad.
Ah, well, Progressive has lots of discounts for a guy like Brad.
Brad's intrigued.
Paid in full, safe driver, multi-car, going paperless, all can help Brad save a bunch.
Sign Brad up.
Cool. Jamie will ring you up.
Show Brad the way.
Who's Brad?
Oh, here we go again.
Discounts that everyone can use. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Suit up for spring training at the official online shop of the Texas Rangers with the largest selection of authentic spring training gear, including clubhouse caps and t-shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, and more. Get set for spring at the official online source, the TexasRangers.com shop. Ready for the 2nd inning as Samardzija and Holland retire 1-2-3 fashion in the first. Top 3 hitters in the Ranger lineup unable to get anything out of the infield, and now it's Adrian Beltre. He'll be followed by Nelson Cruz and Mitch Moreland. Adrian during the offseason trying to make sure that his legs will be in the best possible shape and hopefully avoid the hamstring injuries that popped up a couple times last year.
Yeah, and in that regard, I guess Nelly Cruz was trying to do the same thing. Changed his workouts, trying to avoid the leg injuries that he had several times last year. I'd love to see the numbers that Nelly Cruz could put up in 150 games.
Well, you look at his numbers last year in right out about 2/3 of the season. And just below 30 homers, 90 RBIs. So the math is pretty easy.
Yeah, with Adrian, it's pretty much the same thing. Missed pretty much a solid month of the season with his injury.
And after getting out in front, Samardzija now has run the count full. Well, if you stretch him about 5 more inches in height, put that glove on the other hand, it looks like you're looking at Randy Johnson Jr. He is really rocking that mullet. This pop-up will be handled by the first baseman, LaHare. Nelson Cruz will be the batter, having a very good spring so far. As we look at our Reliant power numbers. And Nelly, one of the top 4 batting averages in camp so far. To go with the average of 333, 1 homer, 6 runs batted in. Broken bat, diving stop. DeWitt scrambles to his feet and throws out Cruz.
It looked like Nelly hit the ball off the end of the bat. Looked like it was also headed for a base hit, but didn't have a lot on it. Nevertheless, DeWitt made a nice diving play on it. Take a look right here. Bat splinters. Nice play by DeWitt. Gets up and makes a play at first base. Talked about Holland, pretty much 94 miles an hour in the first inning. Samardzija, the same thing and a tick higher. Most of his fastballs have been 95, 96 miles an hour. Well, he's got a great arm.
And he has retired the first 5 Ranger batters in order. Now Mitch Moreland.
I saw Samardzija quoted in the offseason as saying it's a big year for him. He has to prove that he's a frontline big league player, because with every year, his football window of opportunity goes away. So if at the beginning of his contract he was thinking, if it doesn't work out for baseball, I can always go back to football, that's probably not there anymore.
Mather comes in to retire Moreland, and Jeff Samardzija again sets down the Rangers in order.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Comparing your truck to a locomotive is a bit of a stretch, but there's only one engine that's pulled the weight of an entire industry, the proven Cummins, found in the Ram 3500 and in locomotives. Come test our metal at Ram Truck Month.
Now during Ram Truck Month, get $1,000 bonus cash on top of generous offers on Ram heavy-duty models.
What do you get when you become a Citi Thank You Premier Card member? 30,000 points when you spend $2,000. That's right, 30,000 Thank You Reward points. And what can you get with those 30,000 points?
I got this Toshiba flat screen TV.
I redeemed my points for a Canon digital camera to take on vacation.
We used our coins to get $300 in gift cards for our nephews.
In addition to 30,000 thank you points, you also get a companion airline ticket on us right away. And another airline ticket every year after that. Call 800-375-7318 now. Become a card member and you'll earn 30,000 thank you points plus airline tickets. And you'll earn 2 points for every dollar spent on dining and travel in your first 12 months. Plus, no annual fee for the first year. There are no point caps, no expiration on points, and no blackout dates. Call 800-375-7318 today for your Citi Thank You Premier Card. Or visit Citi.com/rewards.
Derek Holland set to work in the bottom of the second inning, and he will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters added to Dale Swain's lineup. Joe Mather, Brian LaHare, and Wellington Castillo. First of 2 weekend games between these two clubs here in Las Vegas. Back tomorrow afternoon at Cashman Field for another 3 o'clock telecast on Fox Sports Southwest. Pitching matchup will be Matt Harrison against Chris Volstad. It's split squad action. Back in Arizona, Mini Rangers will take on Milwaukee. As Holland starts Joe Mather with strike 1.
And if you're Joe Mather, having watched the first inning, you had to go up there thinking you're going to get a fastball and probably a strike. Instead, Derek tossed that breaking ball in for a strike.
Fastball here at 95 miles an hour, and chopped over to Elvis Andrus with a nice stretch at first by Mitch Moreland. So 4 up and 4 down. And the Cubs still yet to get anything out of the infield, as the first baseman Brian LaHare will step up. Derek able to feature pretty much exclusively fastballs in the first inning. Seems to be here in the second trying to work in the off-speed stuff that he has worked on very diligently this spring. Knowing as good as his fastball is, got to have more than just heat. Showed the St. Louis Cardinals what he's capable of doing, his entire arsenal. And ahead of LaHare at 0-2.
Yeah, the way he finished in the last 3 months, he showed pretty much every team in the American League the same thing. He was one of the better starting pitchers in the American League the last 3 months of the year.
Grounded to Moreland. Holland covering for out number 2.
Yeah, it's just a case of a kid with immense talent finally putting it together. And you'll hear the Rangers talk about Tanner Scheppers the same way, that the stuff is there. It's just a matter of when the light goes on, when it all comes together, bang, you have the chance for a frontline pitcher. Seems to be happening for Derek.
Dr. Pepper brings you excellent savings for most April and May Rangers home games. Upper level tickets for only $10 or Lexus Club Terrace tickets for $15. Bring any Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper can to Rangers Ballpark or enter Dr. Pepper as the coupon code on TexasRangers.com. Here's the catcher Wellington Castillo. 2 outs, nobody aboard. And first pitch, a curve that just misses a little bit low and in. By the time to make the comparison with Tanner Scheppers. And yesterday, Tanner, a big bright spot, relieving Greg Reynolds, who struggled against the Dodgers. Scheppers retired all 6 batters he faced, 2 on strikes. Just past a diving Queta, and Castillo becomes the first base runner of the game for either team. I'm talking with Mike Maddox about Scheppers' performance yesterday. As you look at again the base hit. And Mike said he hopes that yesterday shows Tanner Scheppers what he is capable of doing. Just let things flow. At the point of his career where no doubt he hoped to have already been a major leaguer for a year or 2 at least. So that can lead to some pressing. But Maddox hoping that Shepard learned something yesterday.
It's not a secret what he has to do. From the time he first came to big league camp, lit up the radar gun, got everybody excited. The one thing he's been unable to do is throw quality strikes, be consistent. And yesterday he did that for 25 or 35 pitches. And what he has to do is put that together over the course of a season. I think the Rangers, as we said yesterday, probably be a little bit disappointed if at some point in time this year he's not a strong candidate, if needed, to come up and pitch in relief for the Rangers.
Holland allows the 2-out single to Castillo. Nothing more in the second.
From spring training through the World Series, baseball's best analysts preview every race. As the new season trends, don't miss a moment. MLB Tonight, Monday at 9 Eastern on MLB Network, presented by Sports Authority.
This could be it. And the pitch. The Chicago Cubs have won the World Series.
MLB 12 to show. So real, it's unreal. Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation.
Yes, I can. Doubt better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, crabs in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president.
Landed on the surface of the moon.
Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking what God said. I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like the wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Your pizza delivery guy. Well, come on in, man. What you waiting on?
For fresh delivery taste without the delivery price, it's DiGiorno.
Dave Barnett with Tom Grieve at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. So far, an impressive performance turned in by both starting pitchers, as Jeff Samardzija has retired each of the first 6 Rangers he has faced, allowing only 1 ball out of the infield. And the bottom third of the order. Here in the Ranger third, Torrealba, Joey Butler, the DH, and Matt Cata. Derek Holland almost matching Samardzija pitch for pitch in the first 2. Only allowing the base hit by Castillo. Tom, you talked about Jeff Samardzija and his outstanding football career at Notre Dame. He was first team All Big East in baseball. He was first team All-America in football. And just the perfect wide receiver build too in this era. 6'5", 225.
Yeah, that had to be a tough decision for him to make, whether or not to go into baseball, knowing he was going to have to go to the minor leagues. The Cubs made it a little bit easier for him by giving him a large bonus. I think he got somewhere around $10 million to play baseball. I think there was no guarantee he could get that much money in football, but coming right out of college, he had a much better chance to go into the NFL than he did into Major League Baseball. But as time has gone on, it looks like he's made a good decision.
Last year, 8-4, ERA of 2.97 in 75 relief appearances. 5th round pick out of Notre Dame by the Cubs in 06. He was in the majors just 2 years later. This one will drift back well into the seats. Yorvi Torrealba with Mike Napoli still being very careful with his ankle that he sprained in the World Series and tweaking a groin here in camp. Torrealba getting a lot of work, and he swings and misses. The second strikeout of the day for Samardzija.
Hey, Samardzija's fastball is mid-90s. That looked like a slider that he struck Torrealba out with. Also has thrown a couple of changeups in the game. But last year, 75 appearances, 88 innings. This year, it would appear he's being groomed to be a starting pitcher. And with the pitches we've seen today, he's got a pretty good complement of pitches that would lead you to believe he could be a starting pitcher. Big, strong kid with a great arm. Throwing a lot of strikes today, too.
Out in front of Joey Butler here, no balls and 2 strikes.
That's one thing about his spring coming into the game. He pitched twice, 6 innings, hadn't walked a batter. Last year in 88 innings, he walked 50 batters. So as you looked at his line last year, the one spot where you saw room for improvement would be command of his pitch, because he only gave up 64 hits in 88 innings. And so far in spring training, he's into his 9th inning without a walk.
Butler unable to hold up on that one. Pitch was outside, but it's back-to-back strikeouts. That's just the 3rd spring at-bat for Joey Butler. So 8 up and 8 down for Samardzija. He now has the number 9 hitting second baseman, Matt Cato. High, not deep to center field. And Mather puts it away. All 3 innings have gone 1, 2, 3 for Jeff Samardzija.
All this weekend, 12 games, 20 teams, 36 straight hours. It all adds up to one perfect weekend. The Spring Training Game Marathon continues next, only on MLB Network.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove. And prove it we did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline. This is our biggest news yet.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Awkward. With news this big, you don't have to shop.
Try new Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
I love being under house arrest. What do I get for good behavior?
It was easier than I thought.
I was done in no time. Stain was a snap. Protective finish was smooth.
So easy I did it again.
Minwax makes and keeps wood beautiful, easily.
I was born and raised in Chicagoland area. My roots are still here. I grew up the son of teachers. Teaching and learning never stops. Education is always around us in any form. It's amazing the constant things that I can pick up about my swing that I didn't know yesterday, that I didn't know a couple weeks ago. I'm a student of the game, I'm a student of life, and I'll never stop learning at both.
You're watching a spring training game brought to you by Chevrolet. Due to time constraints, we move further ahead in the action.
Scoreless into the top of the 4th, the Rangers and the Chicago Cubs. And we welcome to the booth Rossi Rollencotter, the president and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Rossi, welcome. What was it that brought about this 2-game series?
Well, you know, this is the 30th season for the Las Vegas 51s. We're an affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, and 22 years ago we thought we could bring in some major league teams for spring training, and that was the genesis of it, and it's been highly successful over the years. It allows us to kind of bring in baseball for the season for us, the people who live here, and bring in the teams and be able to reach their fans.
You know, Rossi, about 8 or 9 years ago, the Rangers were scheduled to play 2 games. We came here and got rained out both times. As we were getting ready for the flight, The forecast looked a little bit shaky, but so far so good.
So far so good. I remember that, and I got up this morning and said it's going to be a great day, and it's nice, a little bit overcast, but it's really good. So,
of course, Las Vegas hosts a lot of sporting events. Boxing comes to mind, rodeo. You see maybe in the future this becoming a real hallmark event in the spring.
It has been, like I said, for the 22 years. It brings on Major League Baseball for us. But this month, for example, March Madness is going on with the basketball tournaments. Next year, we're going to host 4 of the college leagues here, the WAC Conference, the WCC, the Pac-12, and the Mountain West. And so it allows us to bring people in and get a great television exposure.
3 balls and a strike now to Elvis Andrus, who grounded to short in the first. Bourbon and Hamilton will be next here in the 4th. Up the middle, and the first Ranger base runner of the day, Elvis Andrus. After working the count to 3-0, then 3-1, and got a good pitch to hit.
You know, Rossi, I know there's a lot of new things in Las Vegas. Are there some things you'd like to talk about in that regard?
Yes, we have over 150,000 rooms, so we have a price point and a product for everyone. Great attractions, but we just opened up the Smith Center downtown as a performing arts theater, which is going to have Broadway plays and great entertainment. And then the Caesars Entertainment Group is building Project Link, currently a $550 million project itself.
What about the Mob Museum?
Mob Museum, our former chairman and former mayor of Las Vegas, that was one of his projects. It just opened up. It's the history of the mob, and it's the history of the FBI and so forth, and it's a great attraction. And the first week they did over 10,000 people there.
Wow.
So it's another thing for people to see when they come to Las Vegas. In fact, that Link project is going to have the high roller wheel, which will be the world's largest Ferris wheel.
Bourbon slashes the base hit to left. Andrus running all the way, and a head-first dive, safe at third, but out at second base is Bourbon.
The perfect execution of the hit and run. Great job by Bourbon getting the bat on the ball. Elvis, with a good jump, is able to take third base. Bourbon maybe a little overly aggressive trying to get to second base, though. Ball's right in front of him. Got a chance to have first and third and nobody out, and really never had a real good chance to get to second base. Good job of handling the bat, though.
So the Rangers back-to-back base hits, and Josh Hamilton way out in front. He struck out his first time up. Bossy Rollin Cotter with us, president and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I think Bugsy Siegel would like that mob.
Well, he has a place there, so he probably would enjoy it, yes.
My next question is, why didn't you get Elton John to stay on through our stay here?
Well, they rotate.
Let him get away.
Yeah, no, well, the Coliseum at Caesars, they rotate the entertainment there, and that's part of their entertainment offering to people. But, it's Elton John, it's Celine Dion, they have Rod Stewart, Shania Twain, so it's a rotation.
In your position, you've probably seen them all. Who's been your favorite performer?
Well,
do you have one?
We market the entire city and funded by room tax, so we love all the hotels, we love all the entertainment. But I've seen all the way from Frank Sinatra to the Beatles to Elton John and Rod Stewart, Celine Dion, all the entertainment. So it's been
tough to pick a winner out of that group, isn't it?
Tough to pick a winner because they're all great.
Samardzij's 1-2 pitch, and Hamilton stays alive. Elvis Andrus at third with one out, and the Rangers with a great chance here to get the first run of the game on the board. Do you have favorite events? When you live here, you work from the business side of the entertainment industry here. But are there certain shows that you just like to go to as a fan?
Well, you like all the different things. It's a variety that we do have, but seeing the National Finals Rodeo, which is the Super Bowl of rodeos, is great. The NASCAR race, which just ended last weekend, the best of NASCAR. So we have such diversity, so you get an opportunity to see all types of sporting events. Big League Weekend, for example.
That is through on the right side as Josh Hamilton drives in Elvis Andrus, and the Rangers take a 1-0 lead.
We have the Mako Las Vegas Bowl, which is a college football bowl game. So United Fighting Group, the UFC that's here, the championship fight. So we have a great variety, but the best of the best of sports and special events are held here in Las Vegas.
Now, how did the downturn in the economy affect attendance in Las Vegas, and where do you stand now that it's kind of come back a little bit?
It is coming back. We've had 23 straight months of increased business. Just like the rest of the country, we were impacted by the recession. We did have a slowdown, but this past year in 2011, we had almost 39 million visitors, the second highest. This year, we should attract 40 million visitors, which would be a record. So people are coming back. The strength of our brand is there, and so people enjoy coming to Las Vegas for business as well as for pleasure.
Right.
Just outside the Beltray, ball and a strike. Hamilton at first after his first RBI of the spring. 3 straight singles to greet previously untouchable Jeff Samardzija here in the 4th. He retired the first 9 in order. And a pop-up. Chased by Castillo just over the backstop, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. I heard, and Mike Maddox told me this, he should know, Las Vegas. Are there 40,000 hotel rooms in Las Vegas?
That's 150,000. 150,000.
He's way behind.
150,000 rooms. So, you know, we have, like I said, we have such a variety in all types of hotels, and they all have great amenities with spas and the golf courses and entertainment and the dining and the shopping. We're known for all of those things now.
Bounces in. Stopped by Castillo. 2 balls and 2 strikes. UNLV has had such a proud basketball history. How important is it to the city for the Running Rebels to be good?
It's a part of our pride. We have pride in the university. All the teams that they have, the Running Rebels, their great history of great basketball teams and players, and the Tarkanian years, and now, you know, we did make the tournament for the 3rd straight year. So, you know, we have a lot of pride there, and we root our team home, and so it's important for all of us. It's a community involvement that everybody cheers for them, both in the football, basketball, as well as baseball program. They have a very good baseball program at UNLV too, and the golf team. So all across the board, people are big supporters.
Samardzija slowing down considerably, in trouble here in the 4th. And misses to run the count full to Beltray.
And I know from past experience, my daughter was a volleyball player, that you have a huge volleyball stop here in the club volleyball scheme of things, right here where the ballpark is.
We did. It actually was here, and it was at our other facility, the Convention Center on Paradise.
Oh, was it?
We had both locations, and it was a great tournament, great turnout, the fans, the teams, and very exciting. We're a good stop there. It's again, Las Vegas is a very good sports town for both for the fans as well as on the participation side.
Someone was telling us on the way in that they had the huge convention center here set up for bowling, where they had a number of different lanes going at the same time.
Hamilton running, and it's lofted out to left center field to Mather, out number 2.
Yeah, we converted this entire convention center into a bowling facility, and so the men's and women's bowling championships, that goes on for 6 months, over 60,000 participants, and it's a big boost for the downtown area, but because we can convert this into the bowling facility. So we get that about every 3 years.
And how about as a golf destination?
We have 64 golf courses in Southern Nevada. There's a type of golf course for everyone, both for private courses as well as for the public. And so you have a great variety, some desert courses, some just regular types of golf courses. We've got Bears Best with Jack Nicklaus. So if you're a golfer, you can play for a long time and not play the same course.
Wow.
What's the name of that ultra exclusive course? Silver Creek, is that it?
Silver Creek is one of the golf courses. We have quite a few golf courses that are top world-known golf courses.
Tom would like a comp round if you could arrange that. Second baseman Cardenas for the out. Rangers take a lead, though. A run on 3 hits. Wasi, Roland Cotter, great to meet you. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you, and we just want to say thank you to all the Ranger fans, and we invite them to come to Las Vegas only when the Rangers are out of town, because we want them to go to the games. But if they're on the road, come to Las Vegas and have a great time.
Thanks.
But thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rossi.
Thank you,
Rossi.
With your MLB Authentic Collection Studio update, I'm Alana Rizzo. Corey Hart told MLB.com today he's, quote, way ahead of schedule in his recovery from knee surgery. Hart had that surgery less than 2 weeks ago, but he thinks he can be ready for opening day. Milwaukee manager Ron Renicky says he'll be careful with his leadoff hitter and starting right fielder. Hart got off to a slow start last year after missing all of spring training. It's been a marathon of spring training action on MLB Network today, and we've got one more live game for you tonight. Don't miss the Giants and Dodgers at 10 p.m. Brian Burris and Aaron Harang, your starting pitchers. That's your MLB Authentic Collection update. Back to the action after this short break.
We picked a great seafood place. It's a tad bit pricey, and hopefully we caught the chef on a good night.
Golden Corral's pan-seared seafood and more. Delicious tilapia, shrimp scampi, sirloin, beef tips, and more. All on our endless dinner buffet, still for one low price, only at Golden Corral.
I was a 20th round pick, and the odds are not great. I was part of 5 different rosters. I kept getting designated for assignment. I came to a point in my career where I had to find it within myself, be able to bring my ability out. Just to be a Dominican baseball player and to be one of the major leaguers that represents our country, it's a great feeling, and I feel a lot of pride and honor in that. The doubters never stop, but I never stop either.
Spring training out at Pigeonhole's hot. You'll get the load.